So I was talking to a friend of mine, let her know that I was going to catch a screening of Red Sparrow. And what did she say? Oh, there's another Pirates movie? I don't have the words. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of The Romance Room. My goal, as always, is to enhance the movie watching experience. So Red Sparrow is this new politically charged espionage thriller, if you will, directed by Francis Lawrence, who gave us the last few of the Hunger Games movies. And of course, he teams up once again with Jennifer Lawrence, as she plays the main character here, and along with Joel Edgerton and Jeremy Irons, of course, rounds out the majority of the cast here. And this was actually a movie I was surprised about. I was expecting, based on the first trailer, some of the things you were hearing, some of the similarities in the storyline with, for all those Marvel fans, of course, Black Widow. And so I was going into it, okay, this is going to be another Salt with Jolie or Atomic Blonde, which came out last year, and it was nothing like either one of those movies at all. Now what we have here is Jennifer Lawrence, who is a ballerina famous in Russia, and one day she breaks her leg and she's unable to dance anymore, and she's forced to be in a position to help out her uncle, who works for the Russian government. He's an unsavory character, if you will, and because now she needs money and her mom is sick and she needs to be taken care of. And as a result of that, she's kind of forced unwittingly to become part of kind of a network. She's taken to this school where she's learned how to become a Sparrow. Now, what a Sparrow does is mainly consisted of female agents or whatever the case is, and they are taught the arts of seduction, if you will. This is a very sexually charged movie. And so she can be used, obviously, to manipulate other individuals, get information, etc., etc. So Lawrence is in an unenviable position, and she has to find a way to manipulate her way out of her hand, out of her uncle's hand, and find a way to freedom. Overall, I thought this movie was good. It was a solid movie. And what this movie does really well is it's a very intriguing. Like I said, it's a slow burn. This is not an action movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it does a good job of kind of teetering the line where it doesn't get too convoluted. So many espionage movies tend to get. There's a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of things going behind the scenes, and the movie's trying to keep the audience guessing as far as what's really going on, but not to a point where it gets too confusing, and it keeps you engaged throughout. And that's a good thing. A lot of these movies, even like Atomic Blonde, which I liked, suffer from that. It was a good action movie, and I enjoyed the movie, but it did get a bit convoluted, a little bit overly heavy with it, and you could lose your audience like that very easily. Now, Lawrence is very strong in this movie. She's a great actress. I know she gets a lot of hate, but she's an Academy Award winner, and deservedly so. And she's very good in this. She's very believable at this woman who, like I said, it's a strong female lead, not in the sense of like a Charlize Theron and Atomic Blonde. She's more using her mind and her wits to kind of weave a way in and out of everything, whether she's dealing with, obviously, with the Soviet government, dealing with, Joel Edgerton's character, who's a CIA agent, as they each try to kind of use each other to get exactly what they need to complete the mission. And she's very believable in the role. It's a position of strength here, which is fun, very intriguing. Edgerton's very good as well. And ultimately, this movie doesn't ascend to great heights for many two reasons. Number one, it's pretty predictable. You kind of have an idea halfway through exactly how this movie is going to end up, and that's exactly what it does. It's executed well, and the way it ends up, it's good and it's well done. But it's a little bit anticlimactic because you know exactly what's going on. You know what Jennifer Lawrence's ultimate plan is at the end of the day. And secondly, it's a bit long. It's an hour. It comes in at 2 hours and 20 minutes. A little excessive for a movie like this, and a little bit bloated. It needs to be trimmed down at least 20 minutes, have been a little more streamlined, but particularly with the movie that's not exciting per se. Again, it's intriguing, and it keeps you engaged, but at the same time, 2 hours and 20 minutes is asking a lot of an audience for a movie like this. Look, ultimately, do I recommend this movie? Yeah, I do. I'm not saying go out there and rush out to the theaters and watch it. If you like those kind of movies, absolutely. But this is one I would highly recommend you watch at some point, particularly at home, Netflix, VOD, whatever the case is, any kind of streaming service. It is entertaining enough. Nothing else for it. A good, intriguing story, and by Lawrence's performance in here. Again, this is a very adult film. It can get pretty graphic, sexually and otherwise. So if you're into that kind of thing, kudos to you, because Jennifer Lawrence looks so good in this movie. Oh, it's scrumptious. Sorry, got sidetracked. Either way, if you guys are going to watch it, Red Sparrow, let me know, comment below. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed my need to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.